Broken Brains here. I have this. Oh wow. Okay. Oh no. Keep a charger. Right. Okay. I have this graphics card. Which just came, so I'll show you some of the features before I open it. Actually, so it can support 4 monitors. I'll only be using one. 1 gigabyte GDDR5 RAM in it. Supports HDMI, app acceleration. Never heard of that, but something. It's a Radeon R7 series, if you're wondering. And so it's got barcode and stuff there, but it's got loads of system requirements. What's in it? This is a Sapphire Radeon R7 250X. It's a Flex edition. It's gonna get. Oh, my camera just froze there. I was gonna get a cheaper one, but they were out of stock completely. So they sent us this better one, which is great. I instantly said yes. Well, I quickly checked, but it does support Crossfire, which I think, yes, it supports Crossfire. So that means my motherboard nothing does, so that'll be annoying. But it's got all this stuff. Anyway, to the main part you've all been waiting for. Let's open this. So it's got a sticker which even says Sapphire on it. Wait, I'm going to turn the lights on. Actually, no, never mind. I'll be around as soon as I turn the lights on so I can see better. I'm in the corner of my room, so it's kind of, the lights don't really take too much effect here. But anyway, that is that. So we're showing you that. Oh, we'll get to the best part about sort of thing. One hand, box opening, everyone loves it. Right, okay. This is such a pain. Feet, open the box for me. Open the box, feet. Beautiful feet. This is how you open graphics card boxes, trust me. Hey, another box. Luckily, before it even came out before. There we go. Here we go. So we have some of this boring stuff. We have some foam to protect it. Boring. We have some installation disc thing. Some warranty probably. I'm going to show you that. Some done stuff. I don't even have to read this, so I'm not going to read it. It says, make sure you plug it into your power supply. Sorry. Yes. Oi! I'm making a video here. Right. It's a PCI 2x4 to 3x2, I think. Some more adapters. It seems to be DVI to VGA, DVI to HDMI to DVI. That's all the connectors. Oh man, the beauty. And there's the beast. Okay, this is the beast, mate. Not the beauty. This is the beauty. This is a beast. Right, okay. Oh wow. Oh, it's got DisplayPort 2.0 as well. Oh man, this is so much. Okay, it's impossible. I have to do this single-handedly. So that is, well, I probably should have gone electricity, whatnot. Oh, look at this beast. Look at this. Look at this beast. Look at the size of this. Some fan. There's the power PCI plug. Oh no, that's actually big. I know what you're thinking. This is tiny. Comparison to my hands, which are about average size for me. It's double the size of my hand, and it is heavy. I can tell you that. It's not light, so there's the beauty. And I will install this, and I might make a video of benchmarking later. Oh, and yeah, there's the Firewire SLI, whatever there. It's not SLI because that's no video. But anyway, I'm going to install this into my computer, and I will do something then. I will probably do some benchmark videos on the computer, so see you later if I do that. So I'll be right back. I will do. Okay, I am back, and I am going to finish off the review. So,
I did install most of the drivers for it, but this is the driver. That's it. It's the driver. Install that, and it is fast. So on Windows, I can't remember what the rating is exactly, but it has. So obviously that's quite low. I've got a bottleneck on the CPU right now. But the rating is 7.6 for the graphics performance for every single graphic part. It is massive. It hasn't got that warm yet. I've been playing some Minecraft, which isn't very intensive, but I have been recording and Skyping at the same time. But it hasn't really got too warm. I mean, it's heated up obviously, but not too warm. It does require extra power. My 550 watt power supply handles that easy. So there is on the screen, you've got thousands. I get games. But anyway, so I guess I should probably go into some benchmarking. So I'll just quickly install that, and I will be right back. Okay, so I am back. I've just installed this. I already had it downloaded. I just haven't bothered to install it. I'm not very organized today, but this is the thing. So what we want to see frames a second, I think. So right now at 40%. So let's do a graphics card CPU test. In fact, no CPU. Let's see. Use CPU cards. Use all of them. Oh yeah, I only have 2. Wait, I have 4. I'm pretty sure I have 4. Well, okay, let's do this. So it's gonna do this test, and you see the frames per second have shot up. They're in the thousands, well above the thousands. They're in the 1200s, which is brilliant, by the way. In fact, I'll show some CPU usage. CPU usage is pretty crazy, but that's kind of irrelevant. So yeah, it seems to be very stable. It's a very good graphics card now, even under load. So this is, I think, yeah, this is putting under load, obviously. So I'm just putting my hand where the vent is inside the computer, where the lead to the vent is. I mean, it's getting warm around it, but I think that's from other things. Yeah, the GPU itself is boiling right now. The vents don't really release too much warm air. I found that a lot. But if you put your hand just above where the GPU is, it is warm, very warm. So I'd imagine if I put it like right on it, I would like scald myself and electrocute myself. So yeah, this for that is pretty good. I really don't have anything to say about it, which isn't really that great. But I'll be back in a second with a game to benchmark now. So I'll be right back. Right, okay, so inside we have an AMD Athlon 2-core, 370 cache, dual-core processor running at 4 GHz. We have 4 GB of RAM, and I believe, well, I've already said this, but I'll probably say it again. We have a Flex Edition Sapphire R7 250X. That is a Flex Edition Sapphire R7 250X. And the Windows experiences are saying this. The primary hard disk 5.4. I have 2, but the one which has Windows on, I'm assuming is 5.4. So anyway, we're gonna go straight to. I'm gonna just skip to a game where we can do some benchmarking. So right now we are getting some benchmarks. As you see, it's my favorite second, staying at 60, and the Desert Sunset preset one. So it's running very well, considerably well, considering my last graphics card. I'm gonna show a picture on the screen right now of what that looks like. So anyway, as you can see, it's running brilliantly. So the frames are a bit, as you can see, it's like flickering. But it's 60 frames per second really. It's going from 58 to 60, 61. It's just skipping really quickly up to there. But I haven't noticed any real lag. And keep in mind I am recording this as well. If I took the recorder off, it would probably triple. But anyway, it runs very well from what I can tell. So flawless in that matter. benchmark. Really sorry about this, I'll be right back on. Okay, so we are back, and this time we're in Desert Tower, which is in pretty good while, considering I'm recording again. So, yeah, honestly, I think this graphics card is a thumbs up for me, definitely. For what I do, recording and gaming, at the same time, brilliant for that. I don't know, I don't think it can really get too much better for the price. But I was very lucky with this graphics card. I was originally going to buy a much worse one, but they decided they didn't have any in stock, and they gave me they said slightly better one. It's triple its size, and it is a lot better. It's got more. It's not less. It's not as much RAM. It's got just as much RAM, sorry, but it's much faster RAM and it's got very fast RAM. Yeah, it seems. Yeah, I think it's amazing. I haven't seen anything. Wow, I haven't really seen too much lag at all. But never mind, I haven't seen too much lag. I haven't seen any. This is Dark Tower. So here you go, here's the end result. So we have time 120 seconds to 2 minutes, average frame rate 52 frames a second, brilliant, don't see why I'd really mind. Motion blur on, full screen on, screen resolution, and those you can read. Touch detail low, yeah, I was saying it did look a bit lower. So I'll be right back and I'll put everything on max and see how it does with that. Okay, so once again, this time it actually is in full screen, but it's absolute maxed out settings. See, it's about half. Still, I think it's okay. It's playable because I did accidentally go straight to the game. I didn't really notice it, but that could just be because I'm used to very, very slow with my old graphics card. Yeah. But anyway, as you can see, it seems to be running fine right now. So yeah, it is cranked up to max, max anti-aliasing, max details, absolute max. We can go any higher than this. Now I'm expecting a bigger frame drop when we get to that little bit where it dropped last time. I don't know what's going to happen there, but anyway, as you can see, currently flawless. I haven't really seen too much. I haven't seen anything that I would want to play at. Yeah, I think everything's good. Nothing that I particularly don't like. Still wish the height settings go a bit higher. It's quite slow. Right now, temperatures still. So see it up again above it. It actually is quite hot now. Not even touching it. So yeah, the RAM is burning to touch the RAM. These graphics cards burns to touch the RAM. So don't worry, I don't fan directly going onto it. So it will be fine. And anyway, shut off if it got too hot. As you can see, I did put everything on max. I put it on the max, it would let me put it on. Yeah, actually, anti-aliasing, I don't think it was on max, yeah. But if for some reason it didn't let me put anti-aliasing on max, it went to 4, it went to 8, but then it just glitched and it went back down, so I just left it. So my average frame rate was actually a bit better, because it stayed on 30 more, but with the last one, I suppose the ratio's better. It's better in the sense that, because in the last one there was difficulties with because it would go down quite a lot, and you saw on the average frame rate it was lower than what I was seeing most of the time. So instead of being the average frame rate being close to the maximum, it's closer to the minimum. So yeah, that makes sense. So I would recommend putting it in higher settings because it will stay on 30 frames a second more, so you'll see less glitchy. But I suppose if you want 60 frames a second, go ahead, crank them down a notch. But anyway, this is my quick review. I will have a little sort of screen show of this on my computer on with the graphics card and stuff. But anyway, thanks for watching and goodbye.
To be back to reality. Now, this is the computer which I put it in. So there's the CPU, there's your fan. There's a fan that I was saying blowing onto it. That's blowing air directly to the graphics card and will help it cool a bit, especially since it's going up here and along there. That will help it a lot. So it does require extra power, as I was saying. Some PCI power there. And it is massive. Okay, this is my old graphics card. Just compare it. If I can just sort it. That's not even. It's even bigger than. As close as I'm gonna get. Alright, just compare. That looks really small on camera, but it's much bigger than that. Trust me. So anyway, yeah, this is the build. This is what it looks like when it's running. Copper heat pipes. Now I was touching them, and this is the RAM on the top, which I can touch. They're cooled down already, so obviously it was from that quick benchmark where it was going much lower. So yes, again, this is my old graphics card, and yeah. So this is the box it came in. If any of you were interested, I did already show this at the beginning. But I may as well show it again. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and goodbye for real this time.